A man named Brendan Paul, someone who is alleged to be Combs' drug mule, was arrested on cocaine and marijuana possession. This was charges out in Florida. He's been bailed out. His attorney released a statement, quote, "We do not plan on trying this case in the media. All issues will be dealt with in court." This was a statement from Brian Bieber, his attorney, that was issued to CNN.
Girl, you won't believe the chaos CNN just unleashed. Meek Mill is now tangled in Diddy's shady mess, and they got receipts to back it up. If this leaks legit, it's not just drama, it's destruction. Meek's career, hanging by a thread. Diddy, looking at even more legal fire. Reputation's money, everything's on the line, and the media storm is just getting started. Stay locked in. I've got the full breakdown coming.
A man named Brendan Paul, someone who is alleged to be Combs' drug mule, was arrested on cocaine and marijuana possession. This was charges out in Florida. He's been bailed out. His attorney released a statement, quote, "We do not plan on trying this case in the media. All issues will be dealt with in court." This was a statement from Brian Bieber, his attorney, that was issued to CNN. Okay, so with all that in mind, I want to bring on a special guest. I want to bring on right now attorney Brian J. McMonagle. He represents some very high-profile people. Rapper Meek Mill, Bill Cosby. So he is no stranger to these situations where high-profile people face very serious accusations, allegations. They're in the spotlight. They're in the media. And I was so happy to get your perspective on this. Brian, thanks so much for coming on. Pleasure to meet you. So I got to just get your overall take on what happened here. I will tell you, first of all, we were talking about before the air, we've done stories on Diddy. I was maybe not one of the people that was that shocked when this came down, because we were reporting on lawsuits where he was accused of sex trafficking and sexual assault. But to see what happened the other day, what was your reaction to it?
I was shocked. They didn't just come heavy; they came nuclear. Seeing the kind of federal response you saw at the execution of those warrants was stunning. It looked like they were hitting El Chapo's house when I saw it on the news, and I had the same reaction. I mean, I had been looking at it and hearing the allegations and studying some of the lawsuits, but I never thought it would rise to the level of federal intervention, particularly at that level. Stunned, and my initial thoughts were twofold. One is that they're very close to indicting somebody, or two, they had some really hard intel that told them they had to move quickly so they could discover evidence that their information was indicating was either located at one of these residents, but it was stunning in terms of the swiftness and the breadth of it, I must tell you.
And I'm reading the lawsuits, right? And you read, if you take the allegations in the lawsuits, it's true that Diddy is surrounded by weapons, that he has quite the security presence, large properties. You don't know what you're entering into. I've spoken to law enforcement experts who say it's not surprising they came with that level of military reinforcements, or they talked about a military grade. But at the same time, the way that they did it was quite a statement, and to not have it be in conjunction with other charges at the moment, you say, it could have been that there's reporting that they had been speaking to certain individuals. Again, the belief is that this is emanating from the Southern District of New York, the U.S. attorneys for the Southern District of New York. But it seems, do you feel that they had more than just statements from witnesses to go after these properties, or to go into these properties like that?
Yeah, there's no doubt that they had something that kind of suggested a clear and present danger, or something that suggested to them that there was going to be real evidence there that could be destroyed. I don't think they would have came in the way they came without some hard intel. And so, I mean, it tells me one of two things. It tells me that they're getting real information about criminal activity. Whether it's true or not, who the heck knows? The criminal activity is ongoing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have came the way they came without an indictment. But I just think it's always you need to be cautious in terms of trying to understand their mindset. I don't know what drove those warrants. I don't know what that probable cause was. And I think that will tell us everything once those warrants get unsealed and charges emanate. But, they can always charge a couple of different ways in a federal case. You can charge by an information or you can charge by a grand jury indictment. They've done neither here. And I think they were hoping to find something, and whether they found it or not, I don't know, but I didn't get a sense.
All right, let's get into Asterisk, the leak Asterisk. CNN just dropped stray heat. According to leaked docs and recordings from an anonymous insider, Meek Mill wasn't just around Diddy's shady business. He was deep in it. We're talking money laundering, drug trafficking, all the dirty work. And Meek? Allegedly not just involved, but helping run the whole thing. One clip even has him saying, "Yo, I got you. We'll move that product fast and clean the money through my accounts." This isn't speculation anymore. It's a full-blown scandal.
You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that because, first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J. They had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. One of the street guys that came out of there got caught up in this Hollywood whereas that he's dressing like the same he dressing like Diddy, hugged up with Diddy. I think that Lil Rod know a lot of but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other and he was searching for some online gay porn and all the other like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
Child, if that voice really is Meek's, he's in deep trouble. The leak didn't stop at recordings. It came with financial records showing millions moving between Meek and Diddy's companies, and the timing lines up too well with Diddy's alleged crimes. Some are yelling setup, others say smear job, but the receipts are looking way too real. If this goes public, Meek might be catching serious charges right next to Diddy. The real question is, why'd Meek dive into this storm? What was his motive, and just how tight were they? The streets are loud, but the full story's still in the shadows.
Like he's everyone stop asking me if I'm gay. I'm not gay. And then you went in, and then he essentially threatened to kill you.
So essentially what happened is, we've been, I do long live streams. I'm streaming for like 5-6 hours. Like, when these things are happening, we're not just giving quick takes. Like, I'm going, like even today, I bought the Christian Combs document, like the entire lawsuit. We're reading it word for word. We want to see what's because a lot of times on these sites, I've always said, like, I kind of pride myself on trying to go the extra mile. A lot of people just go to, like, say, I don't know, Rolling Stones or Variety, and they see a summary of what's in a lawsuit, and they regurgitate it and even make it even smaller, and they put that out.
Yeah.
Well, I got time, and people want deep dives, no Diddy, and we got a lawsuit. So the Lil Rod lawsuit we got.
Yeah, I read through the whole thing.
And it didn't mention Meek by name. But there was a
Said
footnote.
a Philly rapper who used to
redacted
date
the name.
Nicki Minaj.
It was like a Jeopardy question.
Who is that? There could only be one person on the planet. Unless there's a Philly rapper that also dated Nicki that no one knows about. It's obviously Meek Mill.
So essentially, I reacted to, like, I literally found out on stream, like, what the fuck? I'm like, yo, no way Meek Mill was in these freak-offs. Like, I know we've seen the video in the pool and the matching outfits, but no, Meek is like the toughest, biggest gangster. Like, he's like a killer. Like, no way he's like getting, you know what I mean, bent over by Diddy, the diddler. So I reacted like, I'm not even believing it. That reaction went viral. And the next day, Meek, as I said, he's a special type of stupid, as 50 would say. He's seen me reacting to it and thought, I made it up. So he's like, yo, you know what I'm gonna do to academics when I catch him? Now, previously me and Meek had a truce.
But I remember,
Meek and him being so dense and being so dumb. He actually thought that I made up the lawsuit. And by the way, even after he started threatening me and I said, I didn't make it up. I said, just clear up whatever it is, but I didn't make it up. You know what he said? This is clearly AI generated.
Let's break down how Meek and Diddy got so tight. Meek came up under Rick Ross and Maybach Music, and we all know Ross and Diddy go way back with collabs, business, and wild parties. So when Meek's star rose, it was only natural he'd end up in Diddy's circle. Clubs, events, even music together. There were even whispers Meek might sign to Bad Boy. But Diddy's shady rep? It's been lurking for decades. Lawsuits, stolen profits, and that sketchy 90s Bad Boy era. Now the question is, was Meek just another pawn? Was Diddy mentoring or manipulating? And Meek, was he knave or knee-deep in the game? Child, it's looking like a wrap for both. The internet's on fire, celebs are weighing in, fans are split, and everyone's asking, what's real and what's just smoke? Stay locked in. We're diving into how this bombshell is tearing up social media and shaking up public opinion.
Everybody else to stop talking. Like, Meek want people to stop asking him if he's straight. Like, this man is going on a public campaign to say, I'm straight. I understand I was named in that Diddy lawsuit, but please don't think for a minute.
Cause again, man, I just told you, recognition and acknowledgement. Oh, I recognize that people are saying Meek is doing something and people are acknowledging that. And it's just so crazy. Like, all it take is a rumor, dog, and that shit is running. They running with that shit. All it take is a rumor, bro. All it take is a rumor, one rumor. A mother could just not fuck with you and put that shit out there. Let her put it out there with a skit or do it the right way. Or make a meme. That shit gonna stick, boy, and that shit gonna ride until you do something that overshadows it by 10 times.
Lawsuit filed by Cassandra Ventura, known by her stage name Cassie, met Combs when she was 19 years old. She was later signed to Combs' record label, and the pair had been romantically involved. Ventura alleges that Combs not only raped her, but over the course of a decade, physically abused her, as well as, quote, lured her into a drug-fueled lifestyle. Ventura says that after years in silence and darkness, she's finally ready to tell her story. Now, Combs' lawyer said in a statement in part that his client vehemently denies the allegations, calling them baseless and outrageous, and that Ventura has been demanding $30 million, threatening to write a book about their relationship.
So I'm sitting there and I take the two girls down there. So they go upstairs and everything. I wanted so bad to tell them, yo, give me his autograph. Give me Tyson's autograph. You understand? Because like I told you, this one, Tyson was the man, you know. Everybody, he represented New York to the fullest. So they go upstairs. So it was about 15, 20 minutes later, the one girl came back downstairs. And I said, what happened? She was like, nothing. I said, yo, I thought he wanted two girls. I said, I knew he couldn't handle two girls, but why he wanted two girls? He had other people up there. She said, no, it was just him. And I was like, yeah? I said, what happened? She said, he gave each one of us $1,500. And he said, yo, Gene, he just tore into that girl like crazy, like an animal. I was like, yeah? He said, yo. And I know this is a family program, and I know some children may be watching. He said, I wasn't going to let him do my pussy like she was doing. So I told him I wasn't feeling good, and I gave him his money back. And I was leaving. He said, "Nah, just keep $1,000 and thank you." You understand? He gave the other $500 to the girl. And so we stayed in the car waiting for the girl to come back down. She came down after an hour and a half was up. I was like, oh, that shit was crazy.
Fans are divided, and it's getting messy. Meek's crew is yelling setup and swearing he's innocent. But others aren't buying it, saying where there's smoke, there's fire. Even fellow rappers are jumping in minus 50 Cent's already clowning Meek for allegedly snitching, while Nicki Minaj, Meek's ex, is staying silent. Meanwhile, Diddy's fans are brushing it off like it's business as usual. Bottom line? It's chaos in the culture, and the drama's only heating up.
How did you feel when you saw this lawsuit that made it seem as if perhaps Diddy and Meek Mill had sex?
I mean, to each their own, and why would they not have sex when they're gay rappers?
They.
Do you think Meek Mill's gay?
We all know he's gay.
Who's we?
Rick Ross knows he's gay.
I didn't know. It's news to me.
Everybody, Rick Ross knows.
You think Rick Ross would sign a gay rapper?
Rick Ross knows he's gay, is what I said. Everybody know you paid me $2,000 to say that, right?
Me?
You only paid me $2,000?
To say Rick Ross is gay? No. No, to say Meek Mill is.
Okay, well, yeah. Meek
I did
Mills
not.
is gay.
I've never told you to say that anyone is gay.
Right,
for the record.
So Meek Mills is gay.
No, he seemed very unhappy with that characterization.
I mean, that's just up to you. If you like, I heard you heard. Why what's up with Whack 100? Why Whack 100 wasn't here?
Meek Mill basically threatened to kill academics
why
over
wasn't Whack
spreading
100?
the information.
Why wasn't Whack 100? What happened to Whack 100?
He's not here typically on a Monday night at 9:30 p.m.
Oh, he has hours.
Well, yeah, typically he'll only come when we're recording.
He's a schedule.
It would be weird if he was just sitting around here.
Yes.
He's a busy guy.
Orlando Brown's crazy. I'm not showing up past 7:30.
It's kind of like you. You're only here when you're doing content, right? You're not going to just kick it all.
Where is what Whack, man?
You'd be welcome
been here
to
too, bro. You should have been here
out.
too. We had a great co-host, but bro, I thought you was gonna be in here talking that Mike Tyson type shit.
You like
know?
her? I thought you were going to riz her up a little bit more.
Ah, man, you know I'm married. Man, I'm so addicted to my wife's vagina.
Vagina.
Can you look at her butt and rate it?
I wouldn't do that. That's not what I'm here for.
That
You
goes
only
against-
paid me $2,000.
I feel like I should pay you less, and you should get to look at her butt.
No, you no.
She gets mad.
Like, I'm here because they came from my boy, bro. I don't give a fuck how much you paid me, bro. I was not gonna not come, but you got to just like throw me something this time. And that was dope. You did do that.
How about this? How about she has 60 seconds to say shit to you that will give you a boner?
Nah, man.
And then I'll check. I'll tap it and see.
No. fucking Adam, bro.
I mean, it's fine if you don't want to do it.
They're saying Meek's been in these streets for decades and always walks away clean, making folks wonder, is he really untouchable? Meanwhile, the media's in a frenzy. Every blog, every gossip site is chasing the story like bloodhounds. TMZ's probably staked out at both Meek and Diddy's cribs, and you know late night shows are about to cook up skits. But it's not all laughs. Big names are chiming in. Charlemagne said if Meek threw his career away over this, it's tragic. A Ho T97 exec claimed this scandal could end both their legacies. Still, Meek stands are riding hard, saying don't crucify him. Everyone slips up.
As we previously reported, in a portion of the filing Rodney Jones submitted to accuse Diddy of sexual assault, he mentions the bad boy mogul having sex with an unnamed rapper. The footnotes on the page suggest the rapper hails from Philadelphia and previously dated Nicki Minaj. While promoting his upcoming release, Meek continued to tear into academics, citing this as the work of executives trying to hinder an independent artist. We got anything to that? All right, so Meek Mill, I believe this is all Meek Mill shit right here.
Meek Mill's a fucking...
Is this actually new? Was this new right here? He just posted this?
No, this was from yesterday.
Okay.
He went on a rant.
Okay, so Meek Mill, he mentioned yesterday, he said, get me his Addy, I'ma shoot a full production music video in front of his house. LOL, seriously, get me that one in New Jersey.
And then he went on and said again, he says, academics and alcoholic fully powered by the white man. Who you think posting that on every website? They be so mad they can't stop it. They can't stop its few groups. LOL. Then he goes on to say, bitch ass niggas ain't gonna play no games with me. They trying to do damage control. The same thing they almost tricked y'all with, little baby. And he goes on again. He says, the way you niggas come on the sick now, I can't wait. What's he say? The way you niggas coming on the sick now, I can't wait to meet academics. LOL. They know I drop tomorrow. This is they damage control. This net getting too weird.
Oh, Meek Mill. Oh, he's so fruity. He's like a Skittles.
You know, he dropped. This is one of the comments.
Is that his album cover?
So he went on and said, when I got a girl around me, I'm fucking her twice a day. LOL. Ask some of your favorites. Pussy don't control me, but it's like a high. One love to the gay people, but that juicy pussy do it for me. I done ran red lights to get that feeling. Y'all weird on here like devils. And then he went on to say again, he says, y'all see these rappers with gay styles, they want that look. Leave it to them. I come from the gangster shit, surviving in the jungle.
Gangster shit. Well, that fool read it out on fucking Drake.
So what's this right here? He says, I'm from Philly. I don't do coke or freaky ass Molly. Nobody won't even offer me coke because I'm that heavy. No man or what would even approach me about gay activity, and the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know I'm coming. LOL. He said, that's why I always come around all these industry niggas with my real friends. You never catch me around anybody from the industry alone. You can't even hold a combo without my dog stepping in the room. It's been that way. I can't till y'all find out I'm the illest in this shit. You niggas grammar, bro. Like, you so mad you can't even get the words out right. You're just like, nigga, I'm trying to hurry up.
Crazy. And you typing
this shit.
He's a real autocorrect.
Like, bro, like he's trying to get it out so
Twitter
fast.
fingers.
You could tell he was, bro, I could feel the frustration in that shit. He was frustrated, bro.
He's mad because it's true.
Sure. He was tight.
I think he is a little fruity.
Hey, I ain't going to.
Shout out to gays, don't trip, but I'm just saying.
The other half of Meek's fans feel straight up betrayed. How you preach reform and change, then allegedly dive into Diddy's shady dealings. The hypocrisy's hitting hard. And Diddy's fans? They're nervous. He's dodged scandals before. But this one hits different. If Meek flips, or the feds have real receipts, it could be lights out for the whole bad boy empire.
To me, why even entertain this shit if it ain't true?
Exactly.
Why are you making this many posts? Like, it sounds
because it's
like
true.
Yeah, like
it's true.
I ain't about to entertain that shit. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Say what y'all want to say, bro. Keep buying this music. Keep listening to this music. And I'm about to drop.
It's like, he trying to fix something that,
And then, like I said, bro, I would have used that to my advantage. Like, oh shit, my drop's coming.
Yeah.
Drop that shit. You're like, all right, fuck it. I'm going to use this because people got eyes on me right now. Whether it's good or bad, they're going to want to listen. They probably think I'm going to say some gay shit in my rhymes. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
Do you think he's gay?
But it makes you listen.
But do you think he's gay?
I think the comments that he was making are very suspect.
Do you think he's gay?
I feel the same way. I feel like it's suspect, like in a sense. It's kind of like, what do you have to prove? You don't have nothing to say to nobody, bro. You don't have to plead your case, nigga. Fuck these people. You Meek Mills, nigga, you getting bread. Who cares if the blogs are sitting there meant to saying that shit, dog? It only becomes, let me tell you something, it only holds half its weight when you say something.
Ooh, preach.
That's the only time it can even be held even halfway somewhat real.
Do you think Nicki Minaj left him because he's gay? Straight up, dog. Because now I'm starting to think that, dog.
No, because she deals with way worse people. She deals with way worse people than him. Let's be honest. No. What's her man's name? What's her husband's name?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She deals with way more shit than that. Way more than what.
That's probably a secret that she didn't want to say. She probably caught him doing some fruity shit. Like, what the fuck, Meek? What's wrong with you? And they're like, oh man, that's it.
You know what's so cold? Because
This story's spiraling fast, and with reactions flying from every corner, there's no telling how deep it'll go. But best believe the streets are locked in, eyes wide open. This is the kind of tea everybody's sipping, even if it scorches going down.